Welcome back to Apollo Justice. We're still on case fucking 3.
Yay.
Dwibs, are you advertising a porn parody?
I don't wanna fuck this case, Jover. It's too.
Oh God, what have we done?
Go on.
Anyway, let's get back to
Nothing.
let's get back to the crime.
Oh, hey, Deji. Good to see you came in through the guest commentator's door.
Making the defendant the only one who could
That's right.
Possibly leave the
That's
scene.
right. The case is treaty.
Aji, stop chewing on your cereal.
simple and decisive. I'm at a practice,
Who
guy.
eats cereal at 10 p.m.?
Oh boy,
I
10
do.
PM.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I've done that plenty of times. Thank you very much.
I've done it as well.
I'm sure the Chief
I
Justice
stand
will
corrected.
appreciate the gesture.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm
Keep
sure,
your hands
I'm
where I
sure.
can see them, Xavier.
Unfortunately, we have no direct witnesses.
Which, doesn't that mean that the burden of proof would be on your rear hiney then?
Okay, for a second I thought someone was turning on their switch.
Fortunately, the criminal left the size
It
of
sounds
evidence
like
for
that,
us.
doesn't it?
Stop breaking
That
your
was-
So,
switch,
what is
Pedro.
it?
That will have to be enough. Hey, I'm not gonna break it. How else am I play Super Mario Odyssey if it breaks?
It can't be over already. Very well. I believe this trial is finished. Oh, thank God it's over.
Yes, can we go now? Can we all
It's
go home now?
nonsensical, but at least it's over.
If the defense has no contradicting evidence.
Alright, I'm gonna
Wait.
say right now, this is one of those cases where I would have
prosecution is
actually
present-
liked it if the defendant were actually the defendant. Why? Because it would be more of a twist that our defendant is the killer. Because look at this kid. How could he have fired a gun that should have shattered his hand? How could he have done it when he's, blind? Again, that would have been a much better case to unravel. Except, no, he's our client who we have to defend against
Trucy ain't helping.
odds that, when you think about it, the odds that we have in our favor would be the odds you'd normally see in the prosecution's favor. It's like
then
this
that-
entire case was written backwards. Like, they thought, wait, hold on. Wasn't this guy supposed to actually be the killer? Whatever.
just
We're
that,
too far into
Jova.
development.
Yeah.
Let's run with him being the client.
Not just that, Jova, and as we've saw in the investigation phase, this is also the case where the annoyingness factor of Gavin becomes even more noticeable because that whole thing with the radio thingy that we were decoding, what was it again? Seriously,
Oh,
what the
yeah.
fuck was that?
Oh, that. Okay, the one
Which
thing I
one?
do take solace in this case, though, is that we actually do get to get back at Gavin in court, though. Again, as is per usual with the running trend, the third case is where the prosecutor actually suffers the most. Granted, in Gavin's case, he's a bit more annoying,
Anyway,
but still, I digress.
Dwibs,
Yeah.
Do
This
we
is
have
it.
evidence?
And so soon, well, if I didn't page you, this part wouldn't be 36 minutes long.
I present my forehead.
If I mess this one up, we know Apollo. We get.
To be
Court
fair,
wants
he's
contradicting proof.
to be fair, when he's saying the obvious like that, he's thinking it. That's a lot more plausible as opposed to him
Phoenix
saying it
also
out
did it,
loud.
so, yeah.
Prosecutor Gavin, you claim that there were no witnesses to this crime. Are you absolutely sure?
I know
Yes.
something you don't.
Absolutely. I'd swear it on my career as a prosecutor.
He said
Sorry.
it.
I know.
He said it.
Finally.
Has anyone saying that ever? Has that sentence ever gone well for anybody?
No.
Edgeworth.
They don't. Well, they don't hold true to their
Atroquinine?
words. So.
What the hell is that?
He's Teo. He's not just a bad. He's not.
There he goes.
There he
that's another-
goes again.
Yes,
That's
Pedro?
That's another thing, Teo. That's another thing. He's a bad musician.
No, this
That's
what,
too
what?
bad.
Sorry.
Oh wait,
Because
this
there
is
was a
important.
witness. Who? Really now?
Like, what does the word atroquinine mean? Is it like
Ju-
made up?
It's a reference to later on in the game.
Judge,
Okay.
you were missing one ho there.
Because I am the only one in the world who knows this.
He actually is.
What's going on? I just talked to him and now. Yeah, we're doing this again.
I was gonna tell you. An asteroid.
Remember, Teo, you're voicing him.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He's alive!
He's alive. It's alive.
Mr. Latouche, can you hear me?
I forgot what voice I gave, but I'll improvise.
You're
Cold,
the-
so
yeah.
cold.
Yeah, your typical cold
Witness.
big boys. Yeah.
Yeah, the one you usually give to big guys because he was a pretty big one.
You're cold. Don't worry, you're gonna be fine. Help is on the way. We'll get
Oh,
you
I,
our
I,
best
I actually get
blankets.
it. The killer was actually Captain Cold. See.
Just to freeze.
Hey, Captain Cold is actually really badass occasionally.
Hang in
Yeah.
there, Mr. Latus. Tell me, who was the witness?
Unless it was Killer Frost.
The witness is sorry.
Who? What? The victim said this before he died? Why didn't you tell us this before? Because you didn't ask
Let me guess.
before.
You never asked. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perhaps he did, and perhaps he did.
I saw it, you asshole!
Well, to be fair, how you gonna prove it?
I recorded it on my phone. That'd be tasteless.
All we know is what our forehead says he said. It's no testimony, especially since it comes from the defense attorney himself.
But I was a witness. You're looking for them, weren't you?
Every time he makes that face.
You know though, this will actually be a good occasion for Phoenix to eject the trial, with
But it's
Apollo
not
being
true.
a testimony then.
I know, right?
Teo, get your smart writing out of here.
I even told you about it.
Logic is for boring.
Again,
But
Tio,
apparently you ignored me completely.
apparently we want Phoenix to not be a lawyer because that's what the fans want, of
For the
course.
record, I wouldn't even mind the plot hole so much if at the very least the case itself, the story of the case telling was at the very least interesting, which it is not.
Yeah, Pedro's got a point. Normally, when a case has an issue, it usually has something else coming for it. Like, heck, I can't believe I'm saying this. Even Turnabout Big Top, for as stupid as it is, and on closer reflection, it may not be the worst Turnabout because this exists, at least Turnabout Big Top could have some fun moments. It had a story that you probably wouldn't like, but it did still have its nice investigation and stuff with you actually doing stuff which you could like. The main issue with that was just the one plot twist involving the stupid as all heck bust when it comes to the actual investigation. Characters ignored or what?
Charge your iPhone.
Failure carries a stiff penalty.
Honestly,
Loss
this is
of
the
your
best.
battery power.
Honestly,
This ca-
honestly, this case is so bad that these are the best parts of this case.
This case just drained your phone.
It does.
Yes, it
That's
does.
how the phone's brain is melting for the stupidity.
Oh boy.
Look. Here's my issue.
Different? Go ahead.
Oh.
Anyone who says that Turnabout,
Big Top.
Big Top Turnabout is the worst case, they completely forgot about this case.
Or
I
they just
think
haven't played this game because here's the thing.
The fans. Maybe we just refer to the original trilogy.
No, they've played this game. I know that for a fact.
Anyway, the witness is obviously Lamiroir.
Recall Mr. Latus's last words again, even though you just heard them a minute ago.
This is like Dora the Explorer.
Yeah.
This is
No, it's like anime. Every other moment is a recap.
Hola, see Apollo Justice. This is my best friend, Trucy.
Dwibs, no Dwibs.
It's recap. It's recap time.
All right.
That's right. The siren of the bad ballad,
That's-
Lamiroir.
That's such a generic title for your fucking song. That is.
Lamiroir
That's
was
actually
only
not the
on
name of her
purpose.
song, Pedro. That's actually her title.
Yeah, it's like I forgot her name. The singer in Tintin, the Vietnamese Nightingale.
She could have been a witness.
I don't know. I kind of like that name better. It doesn't sound as generic to me.
I see. Well, Prosecutor Gavin, and make it snappy. Oh, you're not going to start.
My claim still stands. There was no witness to this crime.
So you go, yeah. Now he got our new gimmick for Clavier. Now he sings all his lines. Very well.
So
Well,
what?
actually, Judge, you're forgetting the running gag. It's only when he's on a roll. So-
Yeah. Let's hear
Yeah.
it from the horse's mouth, then, shall we? We will now take a break from Detective Emma Skies' cross. Oh God, I
Oh yeah,
freaking
that's
hate
right.
this.
That's right. We were cross-examining Emma. I forgot
Yeah,
about
that's
that.
right.
I
I'm in the room.
Okay, I'll be-
forgot about that.
I'm
I
gonna get
swear.
this straight, you guys. I absolutely hate this cross-examination, mostly because of what happens at the end.
Like,
Let's
there's
see.
so many things wrong with this case. Like, Emma gets thrown under the bus badly, and she doesn't deserve it. All to fuel her moody mood.
But Jova, we need all those fucking Snakul jokes.
Like one of the big differences regarding what me and Joe were saying earlier is that the problem is that even in the 3DS games when the case has plot holes, at the very least the stories they're telling are fun and interesting. Like like I said before, Raphia is my favorite character of Ace Attorney 6.
I think a very good example is Monstrous Turnabout, which pretty much everyone agrees to be the weakest case of Dual Destinies. The main issue has to do with the culprit's motive and how incredibly stupid it is. However, here's the thing though, most people are able to look past that. Why? Because the case itself is a lot of fun, which I will not spoil. I mean, okay, and this is saying much because the case is one of those cases that literally shows you who the killer is, but it still is pretty fun all the same. Whereas with Turnabout Serenade, I mean, okay, like I said, the second half of this case is a lot more fun and whatnot. The problem is that even when you get to that, the results of it are you feeling like, God, I wish this character were the culprit and not this actual character, or this or that.
How do you not know where you study the language?
We'll see.
What does she mean she doesn't know? Is it because the writers couldn't think of anything?
Probably.
There's actually a reason for that. A legit reason.
I, too, fought to call her as a witness. But I did not, because I'm a dipshit, apparently.
I thought it wasn't in my eyes.
Here we go.
I had a reason, of course.
Oh boy.
Well, keep in mind, Joe, but I don't play this game often for obvious reasons.
Oh, I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
Hold on. I need to listen to this. Has to be Reach.
Lamiroir. Sup, first one.
Yep, there we
so
go.
tempted to just rage quit the part right
No,
now.
Tio. Wait. Amnesia is what gets you to rage quit?
Don't worry, Jova, but the intention is there.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know that EastEnders joke I made earlier on in this playthrough? Now it has become a soap opera.
Great.
For the context, at the time of this recording, Ace Attorney Season 2, which is a lot better than Season 1 of the anime, starts off...
Really saying much.
Well, anyway, it actually has had a pretty great start. And what was that start? It adapted Lost Turnabout, despite the fact that the season is mainly going for trials and tribulations. Now,
I don't mind Amnesia. Sorry, go ahead.
Here's the thing, though. The way the anime, and, even the game, but I'll admit the anime actually did Lost Turnabout better, but the way Lost Turnabout does it with Amnesia is that in the game, it's used for about a tutorial. Yeah, some people may find that annoying, but at least it's more legit there. In the anime, it's used more to comedic effect still, and Phoenix still actually does know what lawyering is, he just has completely forgotten the context of the case in that regard. Whereas with
Clavia, don't click while other people are speaking.
Whereas with here, Lamiroir's
That's my only character trait, Miss Phillips.
Yeah. Now, whereas with here, with Lamiroir's amnesia, yes, it does help facilitate some of the plot. Here's the problem, though. It's kind of used as a crutch, because let's just say there's a lot of stuff she's forgotten.
Unnecessary stress.
Yeah, quote,
Okay.
forgotten.
I want to at the very least stress that Amnesia is not inherently a bad plot device. It just depends on how the problem is when it's used as blatant padding for the main plot. Okay, let's say for example, the amnesia the dog has in Layton's Mystery Journey. It's not like the plot is focused on him, so it's okay if we can just keep him in the back burner for when we eventually want to reveal that backstory.
And say what you will about the amnesia and Lost Turnabout, but at the very least that was just one case, and again, I could buy that as an excuse for it being a tutorial. I'll admit, I actually find the amnesia to be used as an excuse for a tutorial clever, despite what a lot of people say. Whereas with here, yes, it does play some good story elements. The problem is that, like Pedro said, a lot of it is going to be used for padding. In fact, we're still having this discussion before we've gotten to the blatant cross-examination. What the heck?
Now, you see, the thing with the amnesia with Phoenix is that was supposed to be treated as a joke, considering how easy the case was that anybody could solve this.
Yeah, that's that too.
It was a gag, and from a gameplay perspective, it's supposed to teach people who never played a.
Yeah. Let's get back with you after this, Jova.
Oh my!
Ooh.
Congratulations, Apollo. You're the bad guy.
Why?
Said everyone once this game came out.
Look,
you're picking on a poor, frail woman.
Let's all point and laugh at Apollo.
Apollo got
Chiroy, I'm surprised at you. Apollo, you're bad, but that's good. Okay.
Well, now that you're here, please give us your testimony and ignore the devil and the failed rock artist over there. Nothing else out of your voice is welcome. I mean,
Aw,
if
thank you.
you are so successful as you claim you are, why do you have this as what feels like your second job?
Look, Shiro's right. He's bad, and that's good. He would.
All right.
And he wouldn't be anything else.
Anyway,
What
Right,
I
so-
saw.
what Lamiroir saw? Go ahead, Jenna.
As for what I saw nothing.
What big fucking help you are.
I can only speak the truth. That night, I was invited to sing on stage, and this I did. I did not return backstage after the second set. Then I was led by the police to Mr. Gavin's dressing room and told to wait there. That was where I learned that something had happened, but I wasn't told the details.
Considering the loud chatter outside, I'm surprised you didn't pick up on it.
Yes, because we can totally trust the testimony of an amnesiac person.
I must say, you sound wonderful just testifying.
Judge?
Always he's so
I hope you're too
impartial.
distracted to hear what she was
Look,
asking.
is this really the most out of bizarre thing to happen in Ace Attorney?
No, it's not so much the
Exactly.
bizarreness. It's not so much of bizarreness, Deji. See, the problem is that it's just ridiculous that the court.
Hey! If you're gonna snap, then everybody has to say along with it.
But Jova, this is my one gag. Anyway, now we can pray that the defense has the sense to admit defeat and refrain from detaining her here longer than need be.
You said
You
it.
know,
Deji,
normally
see,
I
the
complain
problem
about
is-
how
Hold on.
Gavin's acting, but my headcanon is that he knows how stupid things are gonna get if we blast her across
Oh, shut up,
examination.
Trucy. You're not
Wow,
helping
you
at all.
just got better, Apollo. Way to go.
Trucy,
Go on,
shut
Trevor,
up.
please.
Ever since this case started, you've been nothing but a liability.
Not just that. Okay, just so I can finish. Deji,
Yeah,
here's the
go
thing. Deji, her amnesia in here is just being used for padding. That's the problem I have with it. It's not how bizarre it is. I don't care how bizarre it is. It's attorney by its very nature is supposed to be bizarre.
And it's not helped by the fact that the court is being a little too biased. Like, okay, look, it makes sense when the
a little
let me
too
finish.
biased?
Let
A
me-
little?
Hold
Boy,
on.
that's a big understatement, considering the fact that a blind boy is able to shoot a gun, which theoretically should blast
Oh,
his
hold on.
arm off.
Okay.
You honestly think that's bias?
Okay, to its credit, Deji, in the Ace Attorney universe, there's a blind assassin who's actually pretty good at his job.
Anyway, you
Yeah,
return
yeah.
backstage after the second set, eh? Objection!
Oh, already.
I'm sorry, Lamiroir, but I'm having trouble believing you.
Wait, Apollo, you're telling me that you found holes in an amnesiac's testimony?
You remember this brooch, do you not? Or did you lose your memory of that too?
Also, Deji,
that's
I can
Lamiroir.
tell you. Also, Deji, I can tell you that there are a good portion of people who unironically think that we're all like fucking Daredevil.
Can I add that to the testimony, Prosecutor Gavin?
True that.
What?
And to be fair,
Wow.
it actually has happened in real life, you'd be surprised.
Well, but
This
it's not
brooch
like.
was found after the murder took place.
That said, though, the reason I bring up the court being biased is the fact that you'll see what I mean,
At
but
the very
there's
scene
scenes...
of the crime.
Okay.
What?
Lamiroir,
Yes?
how did your brooch get backstage if you did not go there yourself? And as Prosecutor Gavin has just told us,
Maybe she's a great magician like Betty is.
you have been wearing it during your performance that night.
I had to think about who Betty was for a moment there.
And we've
I
got
am
like
a-
40,000
Ah!
witnesses.
I am a great magician. The brooch is now there.
What is the meaning of this? Lamiroir, please explain. You know, actually, that would have been awesome if for witnesses we dragged in literally everyone at the concert.
That would be awesome.
Lamiroir?
Wakano!
No. Don't. She says English is quite difficult.
You've been speaking it perfectly before now.
Fuck
Also,
you.
thank you,
That
Apollo.
trick's not
Thank
going to
you.
work here.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Hamatsu-sa.
Lamiroir, shut up.
I don't.
Is that a? I forgot if I noticed
Your
that.
forehead may be large, but you are a lawyer, truly.
I forgot if I
What does that
noticed
mean?
already before, but one of the symbols is actually someone performing on a Dokken.
Yes.
So someone's a fan. Okay. But you have
Well,
missed one important
Capcom,
fact.
Capcom games always have Easter eggs towards everything.
Wait, what?
Yeah, right there. That symbol is somebody doing a Hadoken.
Yeah.
English, motherfucker. Do
Bakano.
you speak
Waka.
it?
Man, it's almost as if this is a Capcom game.
Yeah.
In fact, at the time of the incident, do we really need this? I went backstage, but only for a moment.
You know, this
So
would be
you lied.
Yeah, you said you never went backstage.
Oh, Shiroi, the well of lies is actually quite shallow at this point. You have
This is-
no idea how far
This
this
is
is about
not
to
funny,
go.
not endearing, not charming, not clever. Why is this happening right now?
Okay. I'm just gonna say this right now. The whole language joke, that's done a lot better in Spirit of Justice.
It is. Yeah.
Pokunka.
Whereof is wait, the typo there, I guess? Whatever.
I don't know. Is she really saying all that, or is he just like...
Hey, it could be like my... Don't you see, guys? It's like
It's
with...
Star Wars translation logic.
Don't you see, guys?
Yes.
It's like with Mighty Number 9 when Ben Jet said it's better than nothing. That's just my personal opinion. He was projecting that extra bit.
Is she talking about that?
Dun dun dun.
What?
You'll see.
Yeah, flashback.
Watch this room for me. I have to call for backup.
Don't stare at me, please. Right, understood. You want to make sure no one comes in, right?
Oops.
Well, never mind. Mr. Latouche, can you hear me?
Cold. I repeated Soviet's cold
Oh,
word
yeah,
so
yeah,
many
I'll-
fucking times.
You know, that is one
Yes,
thing
yes,
now that
we
I
know you're
noticed. The
cold.
flashbacks here are a lot more
Get a coat.
persistent than they are more often than not.
Game.
You know,
Look.
I was tempted to skip these flashbacks because they're just the same thing repeated over and over. It's just I
Well,
missed
that-
something.
Yeah, okay. That is part of the thing. Granted, yes, I know flashbacks happen a lot in Ace Attorney cases because we're going to important details. The issue with the flashbacks in this case, though, is like, well, when it feels like the game has to go back to them that much, it definitely feels like this plot was rushed, so that essentially
Yeah.
they kind of have to go back to this constantly. Like, say now if this plot weren't as rushed, they could have maybe paraphrased it in a good way as opposed to having to go back to it each time.
It's like at this point the game is just assuming we all have short-term memory loss. Not anterograde amnesia is not that common of an illness. I don't think that's a very profitable demographic, Capcom.
And even still, we get it, okay? Even if you want to play the whole, oh, we want to be realistic with amnesia thing, ignoring the fact that it was played with a lot more comedically in Justice for All, okay, but there's a way to have it be done realistically without having it be a sludge to the plot. And, spoilers, just because something's realistic doesn't mean it's always a good thing writing-wise.
That explains that.
So yeah, essentially what happened was, like, apparently the brooch was over there, and there was no way Lamiroir could have been there.
It does. There was no other time I could have dropped it.
But that's ridiculous. You only looked in for an instant, but you dropped your brooch.
It turns out she was the one who looked in on us before closing the door, but she somehow dropped her brooch.
Her forehead.
Stop calling me that.
No.
Uh-oh.
She has raised a possibility. The only thing that can counter that is evidence.
I
don't think
hate...
I don't think you've shown a shred of evidence in this whole case so far.
Remember, Dwibs, in Ace Attorney, everybody's guilty till proven innocent.
Okay.
Which
Admittedly,
is not how a real court of law works.
admittedly, this would have been a good time to bring up that this is technically during the Dark Age of the Law, but that wasn't really coined until Ace Attorney 5.
No, Joe, but we have to wait till Ace Attorney 5 for that to ram it into
Hey
my
guys,
head.
did you know it's the Dark Age of the Law? Let's play that annoying song over and over again.
Okay, you know the sad
Wait.
thing...
The song?
Hold on.
Alright, okay, we're not adult destinies yet.
Anyway,
The
Okay.
moment I opened
Come
the
on, Jim.
door, I heard a horrible voice.
Gavin's?
she's talking about Apollo.
Her forehead shouting, "Who's there?" No doubt.
Poor Apollo.
Not screechy enough.
As I said, Gavin's.
A horrible voice, indeed.
Yeah, that's the thing though, because we can't hear us singing, I like to imagine it's actually pretty shit, but everyone else just goes, yay!
Well, I have to try to make the
Well,
most of it.
Well,
Yes.
Well, Dwibs, we later find out that he has the voice of Yuri Lowenfeld, so...
Oh, really? That's
Oh.
Wait, who?
Yeah,
Who's the
Yuri
voice of
Lowenfeld is Clavier Gavin's current voice actor.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's such
Ben
a waste
10.
of a great voice actor.
Wait, Yuri Lowenfeld is Ben 10? I'm pretty sure that was Tara Strong.
Yes.
No,
no,
that
that was.
Oh, you're talking about the current
Yeah,
Ben...
let's return
not
to the
current, but
testimony.
the oldest
That's
of the
too
original Ben 10s.
That's too convenient. She's hiding something.
Well,
Well,
she is an
go
innocent
get him.
witness.
But why?
Lamiroir, you did look into the room though, right?
Dio, if I told you why you'd rage, I'm just gonna wait till you see why.
Can this case get any stupider?
Yes.
Hey Joe, he's asking if this case
My-
can get any more
My
stupider.
God.
Look, like I
Testify as to what you saw.
remember what I said to you and Shiroi. We are only at the shallow deep end of the well of lies. Anyway. Very well. Though it was only the briefest of glimpses, so there's no way you can find anything from this. When my performance was finished, I went backstage for just
I
a
am
moment.
starting to see why this could...
Performance is finished. You turn
Big
backstage.
Talk was terrible, but it did have some entertaining characters that could.
And plus, your witness
the pain.
actually had a reason to be an
Hold on,
asshole.
Deji.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean,
Time to
Yes,
deceive.
Big Top was annoying and terrible and stupid, but it had some like for example, I'm alone on this. I'm actually one of the few that actually likes Ben Trillo and Trillo.
And I
We
actually...
need to focus on.
Oh, you'll
This
see.
one, on the other hand, I don't care for them. Sorry. Go ahead.
There we are. Mr. Latousse.
Yes. Did I say something wrong?
Miss Lamiroir, you are now in a shadow game.
You know
Oh,
something
dear.
more about Mr. Latousse's death.
If you lose this trial, you lose your life.
What?
Exactly.
Excuse me while I just play the music in reverse. I can see you trying not to remember.
Okay, let's see. The rule. What can we do? The rule.
But the effort made you swallow.
Oh, I get it. Every time evidence gets presented against your testimony, a bit of parts of your body disappears, just like in the duel between Victor and Merrick.
You can't fool my eyes.
It is true. It was so terrible after all.
Well, it's this case, so.
Very terrible, truly a tragedy. It would sink me into the swamps of sadness if I were there. Why did Mr. Latousse have to be shot?
Because fuck him. One moment, Lamiroir.
Yes.
That was rude.
Well, this case is being rude to me, so... What was that you just said? Why did Mr. Latousse have to be shot?
I was just cosplaying as Blue
I
Diamond
don't
being
think
sad.
we ever
You see,
said
Shiroi.
how he was murdered.
You see, Shiroi, you know the whole, if one slaps you on the cheek, give the other, or something like that? I forgot the English words for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That verse, you know the one, right?
Yeah.
I'm of the opposite philosophy. If someone punches me in the cheek, I'll punch them in their own cheek. There you go.
Your
So
words
that's
just now,
so this case is not gonna get mercy from me, and I'm guessing Dwibs.
your words just now just contradicted your testimony.
How could that be?
Take this.
Shouldn't it be take that?
Shut up. Lamiroir contradicted her own testimony, and I have the evidence to prove it.
The badger.
I contradicted nothing.
Oh, really?
All right, prepare to lose your arm.
What?
Jeez.
Really?
Well, remember, Tim, we established that we're going for the Bakura versus Merrick rules of the Shadow Game.
Take that!
True.
Take that! Tell
There
me,
we go.
Lamiroir. How did you know he had been shot?
Be sure to answer quickly, otherwise you'll lose your arm.
Well, I saw it in the autopsy report.
Bullshit.
Yes,
Immediately
that was really
following the
weak.
incident, a gag order was placed on the scene.
Oh.
Oh!
What's that? Is that your arm disappearing?
This is the document proving that. In your testimony, you told the court the following. No one told me anything about the incident.
Ah,
Furthermore, you testified that you had seen nothing. Come on. My own pacing's killing me. Yet you knew that Mr. Latouche had been shot.
Don't you see, Dwibs? It's building the tension.
Totally.
How could you have known? Well,
ah!
Oh god, what the fuck?
and she's been shot apparently.
What's going on?
She's
No,
been
no,
back to
no.
the shadow.
Zavrado!
Lamiroir!
Her soul has left her body, I think.
You aren't hiding something from this court, I hope.
We
A
literally
witness
just
hiding
proved
something
that!
from the court? That rarely ever happens.
That sweet
This
song
is a complete surprise.
too sweet.
Oh, yeah.
Also, is like her
Ah,
plot that she's having
now
on her
I
face,
remember.
Okay, Jova, I just realized.
Wait, hold on, guys. She
Veil, I
remembers
guess we could
now.
call it.
Please allow me to add to my testimony.
Oh my
No.
god.
Okay, Jova, I think I
Amnesia!
figured it out.
Yeah.
I think I figured it out, Jova. The judge has incredible short-term memory loss, which explains why he's always surprised every time a witness lies.
I think he
Which
stated
means
that.
that
in
this
this
case-
case.
What you're saying
Hold on,
is
let me finish though. Which means that this case is aimed at people like the judge. There you go.
no,
just
wait,
figured it out.
wait, Pedro. I think what you're trying to say is the judge is old.
Well, I didn't want to go for that route, but sure, if you want to go there.
I mean,
Oh,
She's awesome.
let's
I
put this
know.
into perspective, Pedro. The judge has been around at least since the events of you-know-what's here and there, and he's still just as old. Holy cow, he's got to be up there in age.
Jova, both
Oh,
Herschel
this bit.
Layton and the
I saw
judge
bullet
are
holes in the
immortal.
wall and knew
They have
Mr.
eternal
Latouche had been
In
shot.
his case,
So
in his case,
these,
eternal oldness.
Alright, bullet holes in the wall when new Mr. Latouche had been shot. Let's look at the diagram.
Well,
then, eh?
Pedro, to address that, the judge is just eternal. I guess he's got enough to it.
Yeah, how could you see the holes in the wall if they were on the other side of the door you came through? Objection!
Oh, crud.
Lamiroir, they call you the siren of the ballad, but lies are hardly becoming of such a creature.
Not
Maybe
to
I
mention,
should
that name
rethink
is
that
incredibly
title.
lame and generic.
Also, Apollo, I'm
Put
sorry.
down worthy of our prosecutor, Mr. Justice.
Oh, burn.
Such put-downs are hardly becoming of you, Apollo.
Okay,
Thank
okay.
Trucy, Trucy,
Thank you
Trucy,
very much.
Trucy, Trucy.
Okay, someone,
Trucy.
the aliens kidnapped Trucy and replaced her with a clone.
Trucy.
This
Yeah,
is not
that's-
Trucy.
That's what I've been saying since the start of this case.
True.
Trucy is of no help whatsoever.
Trucy,
What
remember
did they
how
do
you were
to Trucy?
Trucy, remember how you were useful enough in the last case to fake your own kidnapping just to buy us time? Yeah, can we get more of that? You were awesome then.
It's
Come on,
yeah.
can I be cool for once?
Yeah,
No, because
come
the
on.
writers
What a...
wanna- Sorry, Apollo, you'll have to wait until Yamazaki comes in and corrects that.
Well-
I mean, that's the thing, though. I mean, people. Okay. I know Yamazaki gets a lot of criticism for how he treats returning characters sometimes, but I've never seen anything in this series where a character's personality just suddenly shifts just one case after meeting them for the first time.
See, here's part of the issue of Apollo. Again, when you have Phoenix in the game, you really start to realize that Apollo is kind of just meant to be there as the not Phoenix. Like, hey, Phoenix got picked on a lot in the original series, so of course we should do that to the umpteenth degree of Apollo. Problem is that Phoenix... Here's the thing, though. Phoenix actually did get to have talkbacks, and he was actually able to counter stuff, whereas Apollo is more like just a butt monkey, except for the second half of this case, which, again, I like, but holy cow, I'm being reminded of how much crap there is in the first half of this case. Like, it really says something that just the first half of this case is enough to make me consider it the
garbage.
worst.
I'm afraid the
It's,
defense has raised a good
it's
point.
supposed to symbolize that lawyers are treated like crap in this universe, whereas prosecutors are basically rock stars.
Again, the trilogy...
Galvin not
Literally,
included.
okay.
In this case, literally. It's again, it's like I'm watching Mulan 2 again. Like when we
Why would you watch Mulan 2, though?
We all watched it someday.
I didn't.
Hold on, Neji. There's the thing, Pedro, the fact that this particular HD remake also has some Uncanny Valley feature, that means that also qualifies for Mulan 2 by having characters having exaggerated facial expressions.
Yes.
And I'm certain that this trial is being recorded, and I'm certain that
Yes,
the news in Virginia.
I don't
Your
know.
understanding
Virginia kind of
reputation is at
maybe.
stake.
Hold on.
Falls to you to avoid tarnishing it.
Maybe someone is enjoying watching at this.
I guess.
Personally speaking,
I mean, hey, perfect timing for that line. Personally speaking, somebody must be enjoying this.
I still believe that cross-examining her will wield us absolutely nothing.
You know,
Game, you're
Clavier.
making me agree with Clavier. Stop it! Stop it!
But she knew how Mr. Latouche died,
I hate this case.
and he named her as a
Oh.
weapon.
I hate this. And that's just the thing,
You must
Deji.
have seen something, Lamiroir.
To get back to what I was saying, that's the thing, Deji. When I get to Mulan, to the part of Mulan 2 where Mulan literally says, let's just wing it. No, that's not Mulan. Like, that's a clone. That's an evil clone that was replaced by Disney executives. That's, the real Mulan would never say something as stupid as that.
Please continue your testimony, and
the
we'll
next
continue
part.
our testimony as well as try and find what the hell happened to Truxie from the previous case in the next part. Spoiler
Yeah.
alert: the second one we unfortunately might not succeed.
We'll see you then.
See ya.
See ya.
See ya.